Super Mario 3D All-Stars is one of the most hyped up and talked about games throughout 2020. The question is, does it live up to the current hype fans have been excited for? Playing these games in a higher resolution was definitely a surreal experience. Probably the best part about playing this collection was Super Mario Sunshine. Super Mario Sunshine was probably the most exciting game in this collection, and for the most part, the higher res version was pretty good. Having access to not only widescreen, but also an upscaled version was really awesome, and made this game my favorite in the collection. This is probably what makes the game so special. It's such an iconic game that totally deserved an upgrade. The biggest problem with this game is that while lots of the upscale was quite good, a lot of the textures, such as the bosses and ground, felt like there was almost no work done to them. It was weird looking at 50% good quality and 50% really crappy quality. I was disappointed to see the bosses like this, so that was what I wanted to see upscaled the most. I found the controls pretty good for the most part. I didn't see much change that was notable when I came to the controls in that game. Overall, Super Mario Sunshine was by far my favorite in this collection. Super Mario 64 was probably the biggest disappointment in this collection. While it was interesting to see an upscaled version of the game, it once again fails to fully upscale everything in the game, similar to Sunshine. Lots of areas were still blurry, and because the upscale was so minor, I really didn't see a huge difference playing this version compared to the original and Virtual Console version. The game is also intentionally missing a lot of the original voicing from Mario 64. It feels like Nintendo is trying to delete everything that made Super Mario 64 so special. I almost feel like Nintendo is trying to edit the history of Super Mario 64 by completely changing a bunch of the voicing from the original version of the game. Also, don't forget, none of the glitches you could use in the previous version of Super Mario 64 is here. They've patched it all. For people that are mainly wanting to just play this game straight through, this shouldn't be a problem. Overall, Super Mario 64 felt like a lazy addition to the collection, with almost no work done to it. Not even widescreen. Ouch, Nintendo. Super Mario Galaxy doesn't come with much, since it's already widescreen and came in 480p. For me, the upscale didn't feel like much of a difference. I did notice less blur, and I found that most of the textures were very stable with the upscale, so that was a win for me. The biggest problem with Super Mario Galaxy that no other game deals with is the controls. The controls for Super Mario Galaxy were immensely painful. Using handheld was tiring since you were forced to use your finger to collect the star bits. I probably spent 30 minutes trying to play handheld, and by that point I had to give up. I didn't get around to using the Pro Controller, but I'm pretty sure it relies mostly on buttons. Joy-Cons are the most recommended way to play Super Mario Galaxy in 3D All-Stars. Sorry Nintendo Switch-like folks. The Joy-Con controls worked fine, but the motion controls came with a lot of problems. That being said, I've had motion control problems with all the Joy-Cons, so I have no idea if I'm doing something wrong, or they're just badly made sensors. Overall, Super Mario Galaxy is alright, but it didn't look much different when I compared it to the Wii. In the end, it felt useless playing it on the Switch when I could play it on the Wii with no problems whatsoever. This is one of my favorite things included in Super Mario 3D All-Stars, and I love this feature. I played the music quite a lot in the first few days. It's so special opening up a Switch game and spending some time listening to the impressive soundtracks that came with the game. I know that anyone can search up a playlist and listen to it, but just picking up your Switch and listening to it on there is a pretty neat experience. I found that throughout most of the collection, the gameplay felt a bit less smooth than the original versions did. This could be due to the upscaling, but it's most likely because these games aren't even ports. They're actually emulated ROMs that were just made to be runnable in the Super Mario 3D All-Star Collection. I was a little disappointed to hear that Nintendo put almost little to zero work in this game, besides adding the title screen and the music. These versions were already pre-made by someone else, and Nintendo just kinda grabbed them, put them in the game, and slapped the price tag on it. It feels a bit lazy, and like I said, the lack of smoothness is actually noticeable if you pay more attention to certain aspects of the game. While I can't say I'm impressed with the lack of effort, 3D Stars is an okay game for people that have not been introduced to Sunshine or Super Mario Galaxy. If you haven't played Super Mario 64 and are okay with the exceptions added to this game, then you should be fine. But if you want the real Super Mario 64, I don't think it's worth it at all to buy this collection for it. For people that haven't played Super Mario Sunshine, I definitely recommend playing this version, since most of the improvements people wanted are actually here. Out of all the emulated ROMs, most of the work clearly went into this one, since it's not just upscaled but also widescreen. For the most part, its updated version is great, so it definitely makes it a really good introduction for people specifically new to that game. For people that haven't played Super Mario Galaxy, I definitely recommend playing it as long as you're using the Joy-Cons. For people that have owned all these games but want to try an upscaled version, I gotta be honest, just get the Dolphin emulator and play them in 1080p. It'll probably look even better on there, and it might even run smoother. While there's some awesome aspects of Super Mario 3D All-Stars, it's a very lazy and effortless game with almost no improvements that make the game more enjoyable. With the exception of an impressive Super Mario Sunshine updated version and full music playlists, Super Mario 3D All-Stars has very little improvements to offer, and is a huge disappointment that could have been so much more. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more reviews, make sure to hit that subscribe button. This is Marcus Network, signing off.